Hi guys, and welcome into another Buffy reaction. Today we are in a new place. I am saying goodbye to the little corner of my bedroom. That's where we were all this time with like the fake white brick and ivy and stuff. That was like a corner of my bedroom, and I want my bedroom back. So I've been working on getting another room in my house together to film these reactions with you guys, and here we are. So if you hate it and you miss the old background, I do apologize, but it's just easier for me this way, and I have a lot more space now, and I really like this new setup. Also, I'm messing with like the new lighting down here, and let me know if like this is too bright. I don't know, I can't tell. I'm really bad at like gauging lighting. What looks good to me in one moment, I'll look back at it later and I'll be like, oh, I don't know about that. Is it too bright? I don't know. Is that too purple? I don't know. You guys are like, it looks the same to me. I don't know. Let me know what you think of the lighting, because that would be helpful. Last time we watched Buffy were a couple of really fun episodes. We had phases where like the big thing was we found out that Oz is a werewolf. And of course he is. Like I said the last time, and I'll say it again, he's just too perfect not to have a little bit of a flaw. Just a tiny little want to attack people a couple times every month type of flaw. And then we had Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered, which was a wacky episode that involved Xander trying to use magic with Amy. Was back from the first season. She was in season 1, episode 3. Same actress, same character came back, which was really exciting for me because I really liked her character and her story arc. And I still wonder if we're ever gonna see her mom again, because Oz was looking at that trophy, that cheerleader trophy that her mom is stuck in, and it could just have been like a little Easter egg for them to plant, because then the next episode was the return of Amy as a character. But then part of me is also like, well, what if, you know, she's technically not dead, she's just stuck in there, and she's a witch, so what if she somehow figures out how to get out, or someone on the outside knows where she is or who she is or something, and has been trying to track her down and ends up getting her out, and she becomes like an actual big villain again, because she was like a really, really intriguing villain in my eyes, even though she was technically a monster of the week. But I really liked Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered. I thought it was a fun episode. Cordelia and Xander reconciled at the end of this last episode, and I feel like they're still going to be together going forward, but I don't know. It's going to be in my mind that he almost, you know, left Cordelia in the dust for Buffy when he thought that Buffy was into him. Also, the love spell to make her fall in love, which she thought was touching, was actually a revenge spell at its heart. That's kind of, that sucks. I don't know. The episode itself was so lighthearted and fun that I kind of didn't really dig deep into that aspect of it. And when I thought about it, based on some of the comments, like reminding me, like, Xander's intentions here were really bad, and the fact that Cordelia never, I'm assuming, never finds out about those intentions, and they're just going to move on from that whole thing, is a little bit, it's a bit odd when you think about it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the last 2 episodes. I am looking at episodes 17 and 18 that we're watching today, and I'm just now realizing how close we are to finishing season 2. It's actually concerning. Like, I didn't realize we were this close. We're only gonna have 3 more reaction videos of season 2 before we move on to season 3. I feel like we're still in the middle of season 2, but no, we're getting to the end of it now. We have Passion first, and then Killed by Death. Passion is a really broad word, but you know, I feel like love might be in the air in this episode. And Killed by Death, I'm kind of hoping we have a bit of like a Grim Reaper Monster of the Week episode with that. As always, if you would like to watch the full episodes with me, my uncut reactions are available below on my Patreon. But if you would rather stick around on YouTube for the edited reaction, that's totally fine. Thank you for being here, and here we go. So don't forget me. The dancing. What is this?
Passion.
Oh, starting the episode right off with the title.
It will stir, open its jaws, and howl.
Okay, Angel is being extra mysterious this episode. You know, Angel's been on the back burner for the last couple episodes, so are we gonna get like a pretty Angelus-centric episode here? The camera work in this show, oh my god. The camera work in this show is so... Has the like director, creator, anything of Buffy done horror movies? Because I want to watch them.
Passion rules us all, and we obey.
Oh, he drew
He was in
her.
my room.
That's
Angel.
That's scary.
Wait, I thought vampires couldn't come in unless you invited them in.
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
but once you've invited them in, thereafter they're always welcome.
I invited him in my car once. That means he can come into my car Whenever he wants. Why doesn't he just slit her throat or strangle her while she's sleeping or
Nope.
cut her heart out?
He wants to play her with her mind games.
You mustn't let Angel get to you, no matter how provocative his behavior may become.
You're basically saying is just ignore him and maybe he'll go away.
He won't. He won't.
Yes, precisely.
But he won't.
I might be a little late tomorrow. Do you think you could cover my class till I show?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Me? What if they don't recognize my authority?
They won't.
What if they try to convince me that you always let them leave class early? Will I have the power to assign detention? Or make them relapse?
Here we go. Is this going to be a turning point, or are we still going to stretch it out?
Since Angel lost his soul, he's regained his sense of whimsy.
Well, that sounds bad. This might help. I've been doing a little reading since Angel changed. I know you feel betrayed.
Yes, well, that's one of the unpleasant side effects of betrayal.
Rupert, I was raised by the people that Angel hurt the most. My duty to them was the first thing I was ever taught. And I lied to you because I thought it was the right thing to do. I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know I was going to fall in love with you.
Is that the first time?
I just want so badly to make all this up to you.
I understand. I'm not the one you need to make it up to.
Mm-hmm. Buffy. Buffy's gonna be harder to get through. It'll happen.
The college boy who was tutoring you in history.
Yeah.
Right. We're sort of dating. We're dating.
Don't tell me. He's changed. He's not the same guy you fell for.
In a nutshell, he's been kind of following me around. He's having trouble letting go. I mean, if he shows up, I'll talk to him. Just don't invite him in.
Well, it's a bare minimum story, but at least it's something so that she knows Angel's not okay to interact with.
Willow? Willow?
Oh my god, not a picture of her. Oh, what?
Thanks for having me over, Buffy.
Were those her fish?
Although for the first time, I'm glad my parents didn't let me have a puppy.
Oh my god, right? Classic Angel moves, though. He's gonna make his rounds with everyone, isn't he?
He's completely different from the guy that I knew.
Well, sort of. Except you're still the only thing he thinks about.
That is one way to look at it.
Do you like her?
It's not a puppy.
I brought her specially for you.
They're not gonna eat that puppy.
Come on, love. You need to eat something to keep your strength
They
up.
eat puppies. That is
Now,
the worst thing about them so far.
my angel, where have you been? We were worried.
No, we weren't.
You must forgive Spike.
It's so
just a bit
interesting
testy
watching
tonight.
this relationship over time because when Angel first, my puppy is playing in the background. I wonder if you guys can see her ever. Oh yeah, she's right there. It's interesting to see this relationship over time between Spike and Angel because when Angel first came to them and he found out that he was soulless again, they were so excited. They were besties. They were family. And now it's like Angel is even too awful for Spike to deal with.
If there's anything I can do for you, any responsibility I can assume while you're spinning your wheels.
Oh my god.
Anything I'm not already doing, that is.
That's enough!
You two boys. An old enemy is seeking help. Help to destroy our happy home.
Okay, are we gonna get a new bestie on our side? Oh, that's a calendar.
One Thessalon orb. Spirit vault for the rituals of the undead. I don't get many calls for those lately.
Rituals of the Undead.
Without the annals, the surviving text is gibberish.
And without a translated text, the orbs of Thessal are pretty much useless.
But she has it translated.
I'm working on a computer program to translate the Romanian liturgy to English based on a random sampling of the text.
Yeah, I don't like computers. They give me the willies.
This is a chill guy. A fun little shop.
By
Kinda
the way-
hope I want to come back.
What are you planning on conjuring up, if you can decipher the text?
Yeah.
Present for a friend of mine.
What are you going to give him?
His soul.
Oh my god. Is Calendar gonna pull through and be the one to bring Angel back to us?
Oh, darn, she's here. 5 hours of lesson plan yesterday down the drain.
5 hours. Willow. Is she gonna be a teacher when she grows up? She was really into that. A little too excited about the power, but you know.
I know you feel badly about what happened, and I just wanted to say, keep it up.
Got it.
He misses you.
Giles.
He doesn't say anything to me, but I know he does. And I don't want him to be lonely.
You know that if I have a chance to make this
We're
up...
good here. Let's just leave it.
She is so mature. Like being able to basically say, hey, I'm not going to put up a fuss about you being with him, but don't try to have a friendship with me or connection with me. Like being able to compartmentalize in that way at that age is a lot. What?
It's for you. Mom.
Oh my god. And then we're gonna cut to Joyce? What if Angel, like, he's there?
Did Buffy tell you about us?
She told me she wants you to leave her alone.
I can't do that. I need to be with her. You can convince her. You have to convince her.
He is so smart and quick to pick up on things.
I'll die without Buffy. She'll die without me.
Okay, you're going a little
Are you
hard.
threatening her?
Please.
I'm calling the police now.
What is he trying to do right now? That's such a scary feeling.
I've been able to sleep since the night we made love.
Oh my god, okay.
Verbis consensus recissus est.
Wait, what? Were they able to kick him back out?
Change the locks.
I so badly want Joyce to be in on it. Like, I want everyone to be, not everyone, but like all of our characters that we know, like I just want them to know so that they can protect themselves and not have any weird unnecessary trust issues with each other or anything like that. I don't know. I just don't understand why Joyce can't know. I feel like there's just only positives in that. And so I got excited for a second that Angel was going to like reveal himself. But even if he did go vampire mode on her, you know, one time he did that already in like the first season. He attacked her as a vampire, didn't he? Or maybe it wasn't him. He wouldn't have done that. Or did he? I don't know. Why do I have this memory of him attacking Joyce? That doesn't make sense for his character. I think he almost did. I think someone was tempting him or something. But Joyce doesn't remember all that, which is like a common Sunnydale thing. Like if someone doesn't want to remember something, they won't. This makes sense. Like I'm going deep Sunnydale lore. Well, probably not that deep compared to what you guys can do, but I was like so shocked that Oz was so quick to see a vampire and then be like, okay, yeah, vampires. Makes sense. I was like, okay, because this town, a lot of people have seen vampires and their brain just like makes up different situations and remembers it differently. Like their brain copes with it and makes them like press it down and not remember what they actually saw. But Oz accepted it immediately right away and it stuck with him. And I was just like, that's so interesting. When it happened, I was like, I wonder why. But I wonder if it's just because he's a werewolf and like he has like a supernaturalness about him. And so seeing the supernatural wouldn't affect him in the way that it would affect just a normal human who could probably more readily suppress that information. Sorry, I don't know where that tangent came from.
Special project.
I really hope she pulls this off. No questions too. If she can pull off getting Angel's soul back, she's back in the group. Cold Shoulder ends there.
I don't want to say anything if I'm wrong, but I may have some news. Yeah, I need to finish up here. Could I see you later?
Oh no. Every time someone makes plans in this show, something happens before the plans can happen.
Good.
God, what if something bad happens to Calendar now? Because I feel like it's too soon, honestly, for Angel to get his soul back. I feel like they're going to drag this out through the end of the season at this point, at the very least. And so now with her actively working on getting his soul back, I'm afraid she's going to be in danger or something. And her plans are going to be thwarted. Not the puppy.
Sorry, honey.
Drusilla?
We're closed.
Did she have like a premonition about Calendar? I think she said old enemy, which is why I didn't think Calendar. But it makes sense because Calendar's people go back a long ways. She did it? Oh my god, no. Something bad's about to happen. Drusilla's about to show up. Nope, it's too easy. It's too easy. Is that a floppy disk? Because I know the term floppy disk, and I'm not sure what it is. But now that I see that word came to mind, and I just want to know if I'm right. Wonderful. I knew it.
If memory serves, this is supposed to summon a person's soul from the ether.
He's about to break
Store
it.
until it can be transferred. The ritual of restoration. Wow, this brings back memories.
Wait, that's your...
Oh, my cure. Isn't this my lucky day? The computer and the pages. Looks like I get to kill 2 birds, 1 stone.
The way he's warming himself up with his own destruction.
Teacher makes 3.
No. No. This is freaking me out because no one knows that this is happening right now. Usually I'm like, okay, Giles or Buffy, they're gonna show up any second, but they literally don't know this is happening. So now I'm... Why is that locked from the inside? But knowing Angel, he likes to toy, so maybe he's gonna turn his attentions to her next. Like maybe he doesn't actually want to kill her tonight, you know, and he's just trying to scare her and he's gonna take his time and trying to torture before killing. Kind of what he's doing with Buffy. Oh god. Oh my god, he's... What an idiot. He just ran straight into that. Oh shoot. That's a beautiful shot though.
I never get tired of doing that.
Oh my god. They did it. They is that for real? Because I didn't know that there was any way to do a little reverse-a-roo on changing your mind when you don't want a vampire invited in anymore, right? Like she invited Angel in and then they were like, just kidding, let's do this. And then he can't come in anymore. You know, maybe there's a switcheroo like, oh, she's dead. Just kidding, she's not. She can't be dead. No, that would suck so bad. That would suck so bad. Because because she was supposed to come back into the group. She was supposed to be, and they're not even going to know what she was doing to try to help and get Angel's soul back. Because he ruined everything. So then she's just going to be dead, and they're going to probably be like, Buffy's going to be like, that's sad, that sucks, but like she's going to die during the cold shoulder. I'm not accepting it yet. I'm not accepting it yet. There might be a way to bring her back, or maybe, you know, because she is Yana, maybe she has like some sort of protecting stuff on her. She's smart, like maybe.
But it's all go all right?
Oh yeah, it went fine. Well, it went fine until Angel showed up and told Buffy's mom that he and Buffy had... that they had...
Wait, I get, but she's not dead. Why am I so caught off guard by that? Like, I'm not a stranger to deaths in TV, but this one just doesn't, this one feels like surreal to me for some reason, because she, like, the spot that her character is in right now and how much she's like in and out of the, like, usually when a death happens, I'm like, I can be emotional about it, but on like a critical standpoint, like watching from like a, like watching it as a TV show, I'm like, okay, I could feel that coming, but I could not feel this coming at all, which is, I guess, makes it a great death, but maybe it's not. But I don't want her to, no, because the fact that she was, as long as, you know what, fine, she can be dead, as long as they find out, as Buffy finds out what she was trying to do for Angel, and they continue to work on bringing his soul back based on the foundations that she laid and somehow figure out what she was trying to do. Then I will feel content, not really content with her death. I didn't want her to die. I kind of thought her and Giles would end up getting back together and that they would be together. I can move past that. As long as they find out what she was trying to do in her last days and then hopefully continue it themselves. That's the only way I'm accepting that the death is real.
He's older than you.
I know.
Too old, Buffy. And he's obviously not very stable.
This is also one of those moments where I'm like, oh, I wish you knew everything. What did she just say?
Obviously not very stable. I just thought you would show more judgment.
Oh my god.
Are you in love with him?
She was.
I was.
Were you careful?
Mom, this isn't the time.
Don't me, Buffy.
Can vampires get people pregnant in this universe? That's always a thing that goes back and forth in vampire stuff. Like sometimes in vampire lore it's a thing and sometimes it's not.
I guess that was the talk.
Oh Oh my god, Angel left Calendar's dead body in there at his house. And the music, is that for real coming from inside his house? Oh god, I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to see this. He's so happy right now. He's so happy. Oh no, he's so happy.
Mr. Giles, I need to ask you to come with us.
Is he a suspect? I guess it's murder, right? They can tell like that someone snapped her neck.
Passion is the source of our finest moments. The joy of love, the clarity of hatred.
She's really dead. That's real. It's real.
And the ecstasy of grief.
And he's in the window excited to see her face when she gets the news. A sicko. I already knew he was, but it's just awful. Don't. Oh no. I have tears stuck in my eyes. Where is he gonna go?
Weapons are gone.
But I thought he kept his weapons at the library.
So he thinks he's gonna go right to Angel and try to kill Angel himself? Is he out of his mind?
So Giles is gonna try to kill Angel then?
Yeah.
Well, it's about time somebody did. I'm sorry, but let's not forget that I hated Angel long before you guys jumped on the bandwagon. So I
Okay.
think I deserve a little something for not saying I told you so long before now.
Are you out of your mind? No, you don't get to say I hated him first. You hated him when he had a soul, and now they jumped on the bandwagon because he got his soul taken away from him, and this is why he's. And you know this, Xander. So don't try to act all high and mighty about knowing first that he was a bad guy, because it's not even. That's not the situation.
And if Giles wants to go after the fiend that murdered his girlfriend, I say faster, pussycat, kill, kill.
You're right.
Thank you.
It's gonna get him killed.
Yeah, but I'm not forgetting that what Giles is capable of. Like, remember, what did they call him? The Ripper. Like, the Ripper is about to come out, I think. I think this is very easily gonna bring the Ripper to the surface. And then also with Buffy agreeing with Xander, the only thing I agree with Xander is killing Angel. Because if I thought there was no hope of bringing back his soul, that's what needs to happen, I think. Like, he's a vampire just like the rest of them, targeting us, killing us. Yeah, we do need to kill him. But that's the only thing I agree about Xander. Like, all the lead up to him saying that, get out of here.
If you ask me, I find myself preferring the old Buffy whipped Angelus.
Yeah, you would.
This new improved one is not playing with the full sack. I've got everything under control.
Q Giles. Oh my god. Oh my god. Q Ripper.
No fair going into the ring unless he tags you.
Spike letting this happen is kind of everything.
All right, you've had your fun.
We're not gonna lose Giles. Giles is a character through the whole show. Yeah, here comes Buffy. We might. No, I don't think we're gonna lose Angel either. I don't know where this is leading to. I don't know. My brain is a mess this episode.
Gonna let your old man just burn?
Oh my god. I hate when they run away. It's so annoying.
Why did you come here? This wasn't your fight.
You can't leave me. I can't do this alone.
Oh man. This episode is something else.
I've buried too many people. Jenny was the first I loved.
I'm sorry I couldn't kill him for you. For her. When I had the chance. I wasn't ready. But I think I finally am.
Hi.
Yeah, here you go, Willow.
Principal Snyder asked me to fill in for Miss Calendar until the new computer science teacher arrives.
Nothing's ever gonna bring him back.
Oh my god. Is that Okay. Thank God that it ended like that. Okay, I need a minute though. What incredible whiplash from episode 16 to episode 17. Okay, I guess that happened. You know, is that what it's called, a floppy disk? That thing that fell in between the desk at the end of the episode? That shot is the only thing that makes me feel okay about all of this, because I was going to be really upset if Calendar got killed off after everything she was trying to do, and then all of what she was trying to do just got forgotten, or not even forgotten, just never came to light with everybody, because I feel like that last shot assured me that they are going to find out what she was up to and hopefully continue her work, and that is what is going to make the death bearable for me. It doesn't feel like out of place, the death, at all, but it does feel sudden. I guess a lot of deaths in shows do feel sudden. It's supposed to be somewhat of a shock. I'm wondering if this was like, did something happen with the actress? Like, did they have to create a storyline and kill her off of the show for some reason? Or was this a pre-planned plot choice? I don't know. I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it at all. Like, even the scene itself, when it happened, like, it just caught me so off guard. I don't know. A lot of the times with like character deaths, you feel it coming, whether it's a couple episodes leading up to it, or whether it's in the scene itself even, which is last minute. But like a lot of the time it's in the scene itself where I'm like, oh my God, I think they're about to kill this person. But I had zero idea that that's where this was going until he legitimately snapped her neck, the moment he snapped her neck. And even after that, I was like, is she going to come back somehow, like in some way that I don't understand yet? And I don't think so. I mean, she's in the ground now. I mean, she could always rise from the dead, I guess. And the thought crossed my mind too, like, oh, did he turn her into a vampire? Which I know there's a whole process of like turning into vampire. I think blood swapping is a thing. But does that type of thing have to happen before they're killed? Like, or can a dead person, like a just completely dead person, be turned into a vampire? I swear vampires have like come out of graves before, but they might have been messed with. It might have been a fresh grave, and they might have been messed with like before they were dead. I forget. Can you guys refresh my memory on like how vampires are made, and does something have to happen before you're killed for it to, to be turned? Emotions aside, I do think I like this step in the show's direction. I would say this is our first major death. I know, was his name like Jesse or something? Remember when in the first episode of the show, when we were introduced to a character that I assumed was part of the main group, and then he got killed or turned into a vampire in the second episode, and then killed right there around there too, and it all happened very fast. But I was so shocked by that death, even though he was only in the show for like 2 episodes. But I think I would consider Calendar like the first real major impactful main character. I know she's a side character, but she's a main character. Do you know what I mean? Ensemble cast death. I knew it would have to come eventually, but to happen when we still have so much of season 2 left was shocking to me. And God, you know what else is? I do think still that Angel is going to be coming back and he's eventually going to get his soul returned to him. Is Buffy going to be able to? Personally, I would be able to forgive them in this situation because he's just not himself. So if he returns into himself with a soul, if I was Buffy, I would be able to forgive everything that happened when he didn't have a soul, because I don't know, that's just like something you can't hold against someone, in my opinion, in this universe, in this situation. But I wonder how Angel would be able to cope with that. Like if I was Angel and I came out of this haze and looked back at everything that I'd done, I don't think I could stick around anymore. I think I would have to leave, because what if it happens again? What if my soul gets taken away from me again somehow? Who knows? And then I start terrorizing you guys all over again. Like I don't know what I'd do, if I would honestly like end myself, or at the very least move across the world to get away from these people that I care about, because after looking back at everything, once he's got his soul returned to him, like I can't imagine that feeling of looking back at what you've done and coming out of that and facing that. Like that's awful. Willow's reaction to Calendar's death was, I don't know, have we heard Willow cry like that before? Like her crying. I know we've seen Buffy cry, and it's sad. Like Buffy, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar is a great actress and everything, and I've seen Buffy cry, and I do feel sad for her character in those moments, but there was something about Willow crying and her reaction to the news of the death that brought tears to my eyes. You know, this episode is the first time in this entire show where I've got tears. They balanced on my eyelids. They balanced on them. They didn't stream down my face, so I don't know what you would consider that. It's not really a cry yet. The show hasn't made me cry yet, but it's made me tear up pretty significantly in this episode, and I think I was just like too in shock and denial to really allow myself to feel the complete emotional spectrum. Passion, that's not where I thought this episode was going. That is not where I thought it was going. The other scene that sticks out is with Buffy and Giles, where she hits him and then embraces him, and she says, "I can't lose you," or something along those lines. Like, just so angry at him for putting himself in danger like that, and them both crying. And like, I'm telling you, if they held that scene out for like another 10 seconds, I probably would have had the tears fallen down the cheeks. Like, that one really got me too. But you know, we have the floppy disk at the end. Tell me if that's called a flop. I'm gonna Google an image of a floppy disk to make sure that's what I think it is. Yes, that's a floppy disk. Okay, is a type of disk storage composed of a thin blah blah blah. So it's like a what do we call it now? Like a hard drive. So I can't remember what's on the floppy disk. I would have to rewatch the episode and pay more close attention to that scene where she's doing her research. Is her research on the floppy disk? Is the translation on the floppy disk? Something important to what she was researching is on that floppy disk, and now it's in that desk, on the floor in the desk, which is great because, you know, it's frustrating because it fell there, so it's probably going to get dusty for a second before we find it, like our crew finds it, but at least we know it's there. And that's what I'm holding on to right now. So with all that being said, oh, Jesus. And now the next episode is called Killed by Death. Yeah, that has a new meaning now. I don't know what exactly the meaning is, but I know it's dark. I doubt it's going to be a fun little Grim Reaper. Now, given the context of what happened in the last episode, Killed by Death sounds like feeling dead yourself after losing someone. Like, killed by death, like the after effects of losing a loved one. So I can't wait. Here we go. Are we in the graveyard? That wall she just climbed over, is that where that fraternity house was?
Non-vampire.
My whole life just flashed before my eyes. I gotta get me a life.
What are you doing here? We're all concerned about how gross you look.
I'm touched, really, but I have work to do.
Buffy, come on. One night of rest is not gonna kill you.
I'm still the Slayer. And as long as I am, Angel's not gonna kill anybody else.
Oh, come on.
What is he doing?
One more.
Why are you here already? It's the first... This has got to be a dream. It's the first 2 minutes of the episode. Get out of here.
You being off your game's kind of taking the fun out of all this. Nope. Still fun. We'll have to do this again sometime.
Can't believe that just
Buffy,
happened.
okay?
That was for real? Is she good? What in the world? What if it's literally just like stress?
We need help.
Please now.
She's sick. Make it better.
It's gonna be okay. Let's get her up.
Get her into trauma 1, give her a CBC, Chem 7 type, and scream.
Right.
I'm sorry, you can't go any further.
I don't know a lot of the words and their meanings that they're saying, but it sounds bad.
She's going to be fine.
Good.
I want to keep her here a few days, though. She still has some healing to do.
A few days. Okay, I mean, that's fine, obviously, because, you know, she's got to get better, but a lot happens in a few days around here.
Giles, tell them! The vampires! They need to kill the vampires!
Oh, God.
This will help you relax.
These episodes are getting dark. Like, I thought, like, this type of darkness happened in, like, season finales, to be honest. Like, character deaths, main character health scares. This is end of season content.
When she was 8, her cousin Celia died in a hospital. Buffy was alone with her at the time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Buffy's not in here for cosmetic surgery.
No, but while she's in here, she might as well get that thing done. You know that thing on her face?
What thing?
You know that thing. Am I the only one that's noticed that thing?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Oh, this is scary, being stuck in a hospital bed. Good thing Spike's in a wheelchair, because if Spike found out that she was all weak in a hospital bed, he'd come in here and take care of the job right away. But I don't think Angel would want to, because he wants to kill her the fun way, which involves her putting up a fight. Okay. Was that... Why did that look like Freddy Krueger? Was that 1 minute? That's from her dream. That guy mopping in the background, that's new. Which the mopping in the background is giving me Scream vibes. You know that clip from the OG Scream? But you know, that's not just a Scream thing. People do clean at hospitals, so. Okay, no need to be creepy.
He comes at night. The grown-ups don't see him. He'll come back for us.
Who?
Death.
Death is a physical monster in this episode as well. That's not uncommon for the episode titles to have like a double meaning. Wonderful. Oh my god, now is not the time.
Do you think for one microsecond that you could stop me?
Maybe not. Maybe that security guard couldn't either. But I'm kind of curious to find out. You game?
No, I don't think you have a shot here, Xander.
You still love her. It must just eat you up that I got there first.
Oh my god. Okay, let's move on. This is the girl that died. Did she say her cousin? She witnessed her cousin's death? What was that about? Is that what we're seeing here?
Swelling's gone.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, she's gonna heal pretty fast.
Amazing. That's a strong virus you have. Maybe not as strong as you, but...
Is that the same virus the kids have? Nobody told me I was supposed to bring a gift. I was out of the loop on gifts.
Grapes.
Did you just say grapes?
Well,
he brought her grapes? Wait, I'm sorry.
It's traditional among grapes.
Okay.
This part I could get used to. Do you want me to go real fast?
Yes.
Not that I would.
Oh.
There was this kid, Ryan. He said he saw something.
So what?
Death.
Death? So this isn't about you being afraid of hospitals because your friend died and you want to conjure up a monster that you can fight so you can save everybody and not feel so helpless?
Oh, wow, Cordelia.
Your mom did tell us about your cousin.
This has nothing to do with that.
No, she just said cousin. I care about these little details.
Death and disease are things, possibly the only things that Buffy cannot fight. It's only natural for her to try to create a defeatable opponent. A monster that grown-ups can't see? Doesn't ring a bell.
I can't decide. Do we think it's the doctor or like a supernatural being? Or is the doctor the supernatural being? Because you would think that the kids would have said, because the kid said he comes at night. You would have think that he would just say the doctor comes at night. So the doctor either changes into something or the doctor is in the works with death. Maybe he's like made a deal with the devil type of thing and it is like sacrificing all these kids.
Well, this is where all the action is anyhow. I'm all the time restraining people.
How thrilling. You see a lot of tragedy. You know, like that little girl?
One of Dr. Backer's patients. Dr. Backer's a great man. He understands the real truth about children. Sometimes they die. What was that?
You must work out.
Here, take this to Giles, okay?
What about you?
I'm gonna stay here.
Oh, right. Your obsession with protecting Buffy. Have I told you how attractive that's not?
Okay.
Yeah, well, I've seen you watch her back.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I was using the phrase, watch her back, as a euphemism for looking at her butt.
Hey.
Well, you do.
Jealous?
Fine.
You know, in this situation, I would normally say, like, you can't harp down on Xander being overprotective right now because she's literally, like, in a hospital bed. You know, there's a reason to feel overprotective right now. But then when you look at it as a TV show perspective, when you pair it with the fact that Angel called him out on still being in love with her at the beginning of the episode, now I'm like, maybe Cordelia does still have something to worry about. And I really didn't think that she would after the last episode. Like, I thought it was, or not the last episode, but the episode before with the whole love spell stuff. I thought in the end, after it got all handled and figured out, that they would be moving on, but we're still stuck in this whole Buffy thing. Which now I don't know. They're really messy. Now I don't know where that's gonna go. Well, I do know one thing. I don't think him and Buffy are ever gonna get together. All right, we just gotta talk to these kids. We gotta get them to tell us what's going on at night and not let them speak mysteriously.
We both know that there are real monsters, but there's also real heroes that fight monsters. And that's me.
Can't fight, Dad.
Well, if it's a physical manifestation of death, I would beg to differ. Let's kick some ass. What in the world? The laugh? Oh, this little kid is traumatized. This is so... It's like the Invisible Girl that went and joined like the FBI or whatever.
We checked Dr. Backer out. This guy was not a solid citizen.
It wasn't Backer.
Yeah.
He was clean. This thing killed him, and not with kindness.
Yeah, I wonder why. I thought they were gonna
No, it's invisible.
work together.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I see it then and not last night?
Good morning. Looks like I interrupted a secret meeting.
Yep.
You sure didn't.
Finding out who this thing is takes priority. Cordy, you should go with Giles.
Why do I have to have...
Dr. Backer was trying to inoculate the kids with a controlled dosage of the same virus they already had, while raising their temperatures to burn the fever out of them.
Would that work?
According to this, it was starting to. So he really was trying to help the kids.
Oh.
Till that thing stopped him.
Sorry for judging you, Doc.
Well, it's not in here.
It's called Der Kindestad.
Who is this?
It's me. I've got your monster.
Where's
Who
Giles?
is this? She said.
You should see this thing. The way it does this thing, I mean, ew.
The Kinderstadt gorges by sitting atop his prey, pinning it down helplessly, then he slowly draws out the life.
Oh my god, this exact demon killed her cousin?
Thanks.
That is crazy. It coming back around. Like, that demon's... You know what? A lot of the time the show, like, talks about how long these demons have been around. Like, we've had that one demon that was literally in, like, the BC's, like, 1200 or something. Like, they say that, and it's like, wow, yeah, they've been around a long time. But then when you connect it to, like, something that you can understand better, like, relate to better, like her cousin when she was a little girl being attacked, and then now we're revisiting this demon in this episode, like, that just makes it hit harder. Like, wow, this demon has been torturing and killing children for decades. I don't know. There's just something about it being connected back, being able to connect it in her memory back to when she last saw it, and knowing that in between it's just been doing this over and over. That just makes it more scary and like real and stuff.
Maybe my mind was playing tricks on me. I mean, I was crazed with that fever. Who knows?
Think about this.
I have lots of
Oh my god. Get all loopy again.
But how are you gonna fight this thing with 107-degree temperature?
Right.
I guess we'll find out.
Also, I wonder, like, is this just a type of demon, or was this specific demon the exact one who also killed her cousin?
Kids. They're gone.
Mm-mm. Oh my god, they're trying to escape. These poor kids. But it's cute how they're all sticking together. Oh. Those teeth. Ugh. Not the nails. The nails is the worst. They're little kid voices. They're so cute.
We're gonna be safe in here.
Cue Buffy. Ugh. Ugh.
You make me sick.
How do you come up with that? How do you come up with that in the writing room? How do you even describe what just happened? That was disgusting. Oh my god, I was wondering if he could do it to adults. Or technically she's still a kid. Oh. Alright, there we go. She's still got that fever, no?
Peanut butter and jelly, without the crust. Just the way you like it.
That's the best.
I wanted crunchy peanut butter.
Oh, sorry.
Girl, the smooth is where it's at.
And I said extra jelly.
No, the ratio has to be more peanut butter and less jelly. She's losing me.
Oh. And another bag of cheesy chips.
Cheesy chips.
Buffy, here. This came in the mail?
Okay, that's always scary.
It's from Ryan.
The boy from the hospital?
Oh.
How nice.
That's funny. There was no words too, it was just the picture. That was not the episode I was expecting to follow up our calendar episode. It started out with a little bit, and we had calendar mentions. It's not like they just left the whole calendar thing in the dust. I was expecting a little bit more of like a heavy grief episode, but we had more Monster of the Week with this death thing, which is very fitting though, given what happened with calendar in the last episode. I feel like we need to talk about the fact that, like, do we think it must have been? It must have been like the grief and the stress that landed Buffy in the hospital from getting so sick, because they mentioned like she never gets sick. So I would think that that's what brought it on. And I wish we had more of a deep dive into that and like the cause of her sickness, and had more deep conversation and just dug a little bit more into the character's emotions. But that's fine. I think that's something that's still to come. You know, it doesn't have to happen right away in the next episode. I do think it makes sense though that she would feel that physical toll of grief in this way. And I also think it makes a lot of sense for her to distract herself. I mean, they were worried that she was just trying to make up a physical monster to focus on instead of having to wallow kind of in her own self at the moment, which I think is very valid. But obviously we found out that it was a legitimate monster and a problem that needed to be handled. And I think, you know, Buffy leaned into the physical monster plot of the episode more and is kind of in a avoiding how she's feeling mode. I think a lot of them are just kind of like trying not to think about it at this point, but I do hope we get to an episode where we really see the stages of grief, I guess. I don't know, right now it just seems like distraction and denial. It's hard to even say Calendar's name and think about her or mention her or anything for all the characters. Yeah, after like the first 10-15 minutes of the episode, I think we didn't even talk about her anymore, and we just focused on our Monster of the Week, which was like this death child killer demon. I think that it does make sense. I like that this show really takes it slow. Like, even though we do still have the interspersed Monster of the Week, because I think they serve a purpose and are timed out within a season, like they're placed perfectly, because I don't know, a lot of other shows, they like focus in on one plot and so hard all at once and drain it dry right away, whereas this one, Buffy does really well at balancing and handling character emotions and in a more realistic, timely manner. I think there were those couple little seeds where Xander's love for Buffy was still in the air. Angel brought it up, and Cordelia is clearly still keeping an eye on that. I just don't know. It's so much. It's like getting to the point now where it's getting talked about so much, and I just want a resolution to come soon. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they can do though, because it's like, I feel like Xander knows. He's like, it's never going to happen, but he can't help how he feels either. So it's impossible for me to just be like, well, just come on, Xander. Like, can they please just make Xander get over it? Because it's getting to be a lot at this point, and it's really interrupting a lot of character relationships, and it's something that Angel now has over his head. And it's just like, I would just love to be like, okay, come on, Xander, just realize that Cordelia's great, you're with her, stop thinking about Buffy, continue to be her friend, of course, but you know, like please, let's just lay it to bed. But it's not that easy. And that's another great thing about this show is, you know, other teen dramas specifically jump around about who likes who so carelessly, and treat teenagers as if it's so easy to just move on to the next one, which sure, I guess there's some teenagers like that where they fixate and it's not real love, and then they just forget and move on to their next crush. But a lot of teenagers, like real life teenagers, that's not the case. Like, they also have very valid emotions and handle things in similar ways and are navigating things in a messy way. And it's not so easy to just forget about someone that you really care for, especially when you're friends with them at the same time. So Xander just not being able to get over Buffy and it constantly being brought up in the show is something that like equally frustrates and is admirable to me about this show, because it's real. That happens, and it's not easy to move on even when you're a kid. Sometimes it's even harder to move on as a kid. Those little seeds about him stressed me out in this episode, and I just can't tell where the show's going to go with it. Like, are they just going to continually push this narrative of, okay, yeah, he's with Cordelia, but he still loves Buffy? Like, I'm trying to understand where they're going to go with those feelings. It doesn't matter to me if it's not resolved in the next episode by the end of the season, by the end of the next season, but I do hope that the show has like a clear vision of where they're going to bring Xander as far as his feelings for her are. I think they're doing a really great job of telling that story right now in a really frustrating way, and I'm interested to see where it goes. But those were literally like two little things that happened in this episode. The whole episode was about this monster being in the hospital. The hospital setting was like a good change up. We're gonna leave it at that. We literally have 4 episodes left of this season. What's happening? Let me know your thoughts on these episodes. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.